Hi, I'm Judith Kingsbury from SavvyVegetarian.com. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to make cashew veggie fried rice. It's a wonderful, quick and easy, one pot and one dish meal. You cheat a bit because you already have the rice cooked. Whenever you make rice or quinoa or whatever, you make extra for just this kind of meal. So let's get started chopping. When I chop broccoli, I use the whole stalk. Peel it first so it won't be tough. You can use any kind of vegetables you like in this. I happen to have broccoli, zucchini, carrot, celery, cilantro, frozen green beans, ginger and garlic in my fridge. Besides using different vegetables, you can use different grains or noodles. You can make a stir fry and then make a sauce and add some beans or tofu or tempeh or seitan, different kinds of nuts, garlic, mince it. Okay, that's good enough for the garlic. Let's have out the carrots. Cut those in diagonal slices, very thin slices so they'll cook quickly. Got my ginger minced up. A lot of people add onions, but I'm not an onion fan, so I just leave those out. I've got my pan heating up here. You can add olive oil to taste. I just use about a teaspoon. Some people don't like any oil, and in that case you can just use a little bit of vegetable stock or water. Just add a tablespoon at a time and add more as needed. I've got that going. Throw in the carrots. Need to crank it a little bit so these carrots just get hot, and then add the broccoli, get that hot.
Oh, because you'll steam it part of the way too.
Yeah. Basically it's stir-fried or sautéed and then steamed. I don't have a wok, so this is how I do mine. This is a heavy-bottom sauté pan. Yeah, I think this is going to be enough veggies because I've got a big bunch of broccoli here. I will add the frozen green beans at the end. I'm going to add some spices. Paprika, about half a teaspoon, about a teaspoon and a half of coriander. Love coriander. Yeah. I like curry spices with mine. This is ground fennel, a little cumin, quarter teaspoon. You can always spice it to your taste. Some people like Mediterranean herbs or hot spices like chipotle pepper or cayenne, Thai spices or cinnamon. Oh, I forgot to add the cashews. Usually I add those with the garlic and ginger so they get a little bit browned. They'll still be good. Now I'm going to add a little stock, or you can just use plain water and steam them. Turn it up hot till it boils. I'm going to add the tofu. This is super firm tofu. It doesn't need to be pressed. This is Bragg's liquid aminos, or you can use soy sauce. Let that cook. I'll turn it down a bit. Give it 5. There we go. Let's see how it's doing. Crunchy. Could use another couple minutes. I'll put in my frozen green beans now so they can cook during those 2 minutes. If I weren't going to put the rice in, I would make a sauce with some arrowroot starch and some more of the veggie stock or some coconut milk. Here we are.
Yum.
Yeah, that looks great, doesn't it? The tofu soaks up the flavors that are in the dish, so you don't really have to marinate it. You know, if you just happen to have some marinated tofu sitting around in your fridge, well, that's awesome. But I never think of doing that. And frying it or baking it, that's an extra step. But you can always do that and make a whole bunch extra and keep it in the fridge. Now I'm going to add some rice, 2 cups. That makes 4 servings or 2 large servings. Add a little squirt of lime juice. Throw in the cilantro. You can add any kind of leafy greens to this that you like. Chop some kale, use some baby spinach, chard or whatever. Lots of basil. When it's dried basil, you need quite a bit to get the flavor. Okay, now carefully stir this because it's so full.
And what do you call this dish?
Cashew veggie fried rice. There, that is it. Yummy. Mm-hmm. I already added some liquid aminos, but you can add more if you want, or soy sauce. You can add pepper. You could add sriracha, hot sauce. Yeah. Okay, I think we're ready to eat this. There is lunch today and supper later. Yeah. Thank you for joining me to make cashew veggie fried rice. I hope you enjoy it as much as we're going to, right, Angela?
Absolutely.
Take care and happy cooking, and I will see you next time.